Can you see me? Am I clear to you? This video, salute to everybody watching. Salute to everybody. A lot of health and wealth. This video is particularly to address something that is of concern. The reason for this video is these new activists that are being activated now, and you could see either you could say they're COINTELPRO, or you could say counterintelligence, whatever you could say. But there's things that that I've seen in some videos with this brother named Charleston White. Now, Charleston White to me is the epitome, the creation of the 1994 crime bill. This is what you get. This is the result of it, and this is my personal opinion. He is probably put in place, allegedly. This is all allegedly for entertainment purposes. He is being put in place for an acceptance of what the 1994 crime bill did. He's making it where, well, it wasn't that bad, because look how he turned out. Now he's on a lot of media outlets is, taking him on, asking him questions, teaming him up with other YouTubers that have similar agendas. But there's things about him that kind of like raised an eyebrow. He did, he explained how he did. Everybody has a past. Everybody doesn't have a clean sheet, at least the majority of people. So, to say that, he couldn't do no wrong just to be in this position is, not right to say, because everybody got their chimps in their armor. So with that being said, there was things that I'm like, well, that doesn't sit well with me. One of them is when somebody asked him a question about what he wear, he said he had a stylist. And I always remember what Tupac said in the Vibe interview. And Tupac was like, why do God need ghost sinners to talk to me? Why did he need this to talk to me? And that resonated to me. And I see when he said that he had a stylist. So when he said he had a stylist, I knew there was a machine behind it. I know there's a push to make sure that they put this brother out there, right. And whoever's pushing him has their interest also. And then when he said something, he said the name of a young lady that she's been a community activist. When you say her name, you say, I think it's Erica Thompson or something like that, allegedly. But, if you want to call this COINTELPRO, you got to understand that COINTELPRO is definitely different levels. You got your media level, you have your hip hop level, you have this level and that level. And the reason I'll say levels, so let me give you an example. Whenever an innocent Aboriginal person gets gunned down by law enforcement, whether right or wrong, it usually a team of people is put in place. I don't know if you guys see that. I know I do. But as soon as it happens, you have your Al Sharpton. You have your Benjamin Crumb. You see how it is? You have your politician. You have your lawyer defense. You have your my son. You have your there's levels of COINTELPRO. Now, might I add, Al Sharpton has never got a police officer convention. Not that I look for, because I love people to do their job good. I don't love if you work at McDonald's and you make a shitty burger, then you a shitty McDonald's employee. You know what I'm saying? If you a good cop, you a good cop. If you're a bad cop, I'm against that. And with that being said, there's different levels of COINTELPRO. And whenever there's an agenda like the Killer Floyd, and numerous names that I could mention, you have the same exact people. You have your Benjamin Crumb, you have your Al Sharpton, you doing the eulogy, then you have this person, your Mike Son, to do the street work, to motivate the people to go out there, allegedly, to go out there, whether to start a riot, to start something, or just to show protest. There's a team in play, people. And this team, whether you want to call them COINTELPRO, whatever, we have to start acknowledging the team. And it's crystal clear to me, and it should be crystal clear to you, that the next Aboriginal person that gets gunned down, whether it be a Caribbean Aboriginal, it will be, and a Moses American Aboriginal, it'll follow with that agenda where you have a Benjamin Crumb comes in. I don't know who calls these people and appoints them for that case. By the way, this guy is like 0-35. I mean, the worst record you could ever have a lawyer get. It's like getting Cousin Vinny to do one of these cases, and it's just it really gets to me, because I see the agenda, I see how the media plays, I see how everything falls into play, where you have, like, it's kind of like lights, camera, action, and everything is just like boom, 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 boom. And this is why we get all the same results. Remember, the birth of Al Sharpton came with the allegations of a cop mistreating a female, or raping a female, which the female came out lying. So the beginning, the foundation has been not sound. Al Sharpton's foundation is not, and I ain't even bringing up the snitching allegation. That's just something else. I'm giving you just hardcore facts. Then we have Benjamin Crumb. Now, Benjamin Crumb is, a lawyer. By the way, these are all Psi Phi, Omega High Five, whatever you want to call them. This is all that ideology. So you have, your Benjamin Crumb. This has not won one case. Nothing like Johnny Cochran. Let's get that out the window right now. This guy, he'll lose a case that is handed to him. Well, the reason is not because the defense is the greatest defense that he's going against. It's because he's part of it. Old heads used to always say, man, they feathers are the same bird. Meaning that they work with it's the same entity. Whenever a man is accused of raping a woman, which is totally wrong, what the man's defense is to get a woman lawyer to make either C or B that he could work with a woman. He's not a predator that way. Whenever this situation happens, if you really want to win the case, because a lot of things is visual, is what you see. And I always wonder, why doesn't why doesn't the defense get a black lawyer and the other side gets a white lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Just to not make it look racial. But again, this is the levels of COINTELPRO, or whatever you might want to call it. So back to the brother Charleston White, has a message. He's being truthful to who he is. And you have to accept that. So when he tells you that he told somebody else to blow somebody's head off, you got to believe it. That he'll do this, he'll do that. Because he's a product of the 1994 crime bill. He's a product of the crack epidemic. He's a product of that generation that'll validate Hillary Clinton saying super predators. Now, what they're gonna say is, well, look, they're gonna show him like a flag. They're gonna raise him up like a flag. They're gonna say, look, this is the 1994 crime bill wasn't as bad. He was the first person to get arrested, a minor in Texas. He's this, and look at him now. He's in the Breakfast Club. He's in this. He's in that. He's in that. He's doing Gangster Chronicles, which is, Charlemagne, and allegedly, and so you got to start, people. We have to start notifying the players in order to know how to play the game. We have to know the pawns. We have to know this one. We have to know that one, the queen, the king. We have to know who we are up against. We are having a fight. It's like we are having a fight with the lights off. We don't know and they can see us. So we have to be smart and turn the lights on to notify who's a threat, who's trying to get into our communities, who's trying to take advantage of us. Because what this brother's doing is basically making us, especially the 80s babies, especially, this generation that is so, anti-fascist, this 80s baby is probably the most special era ever. And not because I'm in it, but because what you're seeing on TV right now, that's that 80s baby push right now that you're seeing. It's a big change. So this is what I see from our communities. We see these people, talk about, even Colin Kaepernick was just a distraction for a lot of the things that, Trump was actually doing. Remember, he's another sorority or whatever you want to call them, brothers. These are the people who they call that have a loyalty to that ideology. They already have the people in play for the next, movie. You just got to know who the stars and who's starring in it. Because everything goes like this. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything, you have to look at it, analyze it, because the media plays really, really evil tricks. And you've seen it with people that you love. You've seen it with Nipsey. You've seen it with Pac. You've seen it with pretty much everybody that could have made a change in their communities. That change could have sparked something a lot greater. So before you embrace these people, because these people are being pushed by the same people who deprive you, start asking questions. How this brother, said, Charleston White said, he went to California to study people. He went to New York because he wanted to study people. You're 40-something years old, late 40s. That's strange to me. That speaks volumes to me. That he said that he's going to go over here to study people, and knowing this guy's foundation. We're not talking about the cleanest knife in the drawer. We're talking about somebody that, has gone through the system. Like, he's the creation of the system. And we have to, we have to start asking questions. What's people's agenda in our neighborhoods, in our communities? Because we can't let these people do a so-called another NFL boycott. They went nowhere. Nobody, the people didn't win. We didn't get anything out of that. And it was, or another like Gucci. And these are the same people. These are the same umbrella. Al Sharpton, Tamika Mallory, the Mike Sons, the this, the that. It is levels of this shit. And and the old man, Al Sharpton, is passing down the torch to somebody. And you got to see who he passing down the torch to. It can only be because we living in this this time where we're pushing even pieces that don't fit in the puzzle. So, you see the torch being passed to Tamika Mallory from Al Sharpton. She came out of that situation. And it's just shocking to me that how these people do it right in front of our faces. And, since they control media, and I'm not mad at the people, because if they control media, they control this, they control that. They control the way you think, they control what you eat, they control everything. So I'm not expecting my people to wake up with a 15, 20-minute video when you've been lied to for 20, 30 years. It's not going to happen. So guess what? It's going to be another video and another video, and eventually you're going to start getting it. You got to start understanding that, you are the prize. You are, the system is so strategic, they cannot let you know the truth. Because if they let you know the truth, it's like, the Truman Show. Once the truth is out, it's out. But with that being said, people, I have another video for you tomorrow. Please tune in, share, subscribe. I'm out.